The amazing Melissa Lantsman goes head-to-head with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on trusting Canadians, mandates, travel restrictions, arriveCAN, testing, and more. Here's the clip.
Thornhill.
Speaker, surely the Prime Minister knows that vaccinated Canadians are on planes with unvaccinated international travelers here. Surely he knows that Italy, Greece, the UK, Denmark, and many others have no more travel restrictions and no more mandates. There, families have been reunited, workers are back to work, and everyone can travel. In Canada, this government doesn't trust Canadians. Why?
Here, here. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, on the contrary, we have seen over the past couple of years, Canadians stepped up incredibly to be there for each other, to get vaccinated, to wear masks, to keep each other safe. And that strength of response is why we have not only had less impact by the pandemic than many other countries, but by our economic recovery has come back so much stronger than many other countries. That's why we're going to continue to be informed by experts in how to keep Canadians safe. Even as variants continue to evolve, we will evolve in our measures to keep Canadians safe.
The Honourable Member for Thornhill.
And stigmatize, rinse, and repeat. Which experts is the Prime Minister listening to? What is the specific advice? What year is the advice from? And why is the advice different in Canada than the rest of the world?
Great.
It's all secrets, Mr. Speaker. Canadians want to know, when will this government end the outdated, ineffective, and vindictive mandates?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Conservative Party talking an awful lot about divisions amongst Canadians, but that hasn't been the experience of most Canadians who stepped up to over 90% to get vaccinated, who demonstrated every step of the way that they were there for their neighbours.
Let me just hold on a sec. Just hold on a sec.
And you know what? If you don't want to get vaccinated, that's your choice. But don't think you can get on a plane or a train besides vaccinated people and put them at risk.
Member for Thornhill.
Speaker, international arrivals at Canadian airports are so backed up that people are being kept on planes for hours after they land because there isn't enough space for the long lineups. His minister blames travelers, and the world has embraced restriction-free travel. The Canadian Chamber of Commerce, the Airports Council, and now health experts are telling this government that their outdated COVID restrictions have to go. Who's actually telling the government to keep those restrictions?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, over the past months, Canadians continue to die at a higher rate than during the first 2 years of COVID-19. The pandemic is still with us, and we need to continue to do what is necessary based on science to keep people safe. In regards to airport delays, we're hiring about 400 additional security screeners. We've added 25 kiosks at Pearson Airport to speed up processing time, increased overtime available to officers. It's a good thing that Canadians are starting to travel again, and we will be there to support them. But we're also going to continue to keep Canadians safe.
The Honourable Member for Thornhill.
The answer is nobody, except for the spin doctors in the Liberal cabinet.
Yeah.
Instead of telling Canadians they are out of practice, he could bring back the workers that they fired. He could stop the 4,000 tests for incoming travelers each day. He could do what most other countries have done and end the restrictions. Why is he doing nothing?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, we continue to evaluate and reevaluate the measures we have to keep Canadians safe, and we will continue to do exactly that. Canada put in place measures that kept us on a better track through this pandemic than just about than most of our peer countries, and we will continue to make sure we're keeping Canadians safe, not just for the sake of keeping Canadians alive and healthy, which is itself a noble goal, but also because that's the best way to restore our economy and our functioning, which is exactly what we're seeing with what this government has done to support small businesses and families across the country.
Stick hopeful vision for public life isn't a naive dream. It could be a powerful force for change. If Canadians are to trust their government needs to trust Canadians. Those are the words of the Prime Minister in 2015. These people, very often misogynistic, racist, women haters, science deniers, the fringe. Same Prime Minister 6 years later as he fans the flames of an unjustified national emergency. So, Mr. Speaker, when did the Prime Minister lose his way? When did it happen?
The right honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, Conservative Party members can stand with people who wave swastikas. They can stand with people who wave the Confederate flag. We will choose to stand with Canadians who deserve to be able to get to their jobs, who be able to get their lives back. These illegal protests need to stop, and they will, Mr. Speaker.
I just want to remind the honourable members, including the Right Honourable Prime Minister, to use words that are not inflammatory in the House, and that's for both sides. The Honourable Member for Thornhill.
Unbecoming as a Prime Minister. It's been 48 hours that the government went from doing nothing to a national emergency. 48 hours into using the measures. 48 hours without providing Parliament with a justification. So my question is simple. When will the Prime Minister admit that he's lost control of the situation, that he's lost control of his country, that he's lost control of his caucus, and that he's lost control of his leadership?
Right Honourable Prime Minister. Hill.
Mr. Speaker, I am a strong Jewish woman and a member of this House and a descendant of Holocaust survivors, and I have never it's never been singled out, and I have never been made to feel less, except for today when the Prime Minister accused me of standing with swastikas. I think he owes me an apology. I'd like an apology, and I think he owes an apology to all members of this House.